latest and hot and trending from the south of India. Let's start the show. The leadership crisis in Telangana. Now the BJP has been resolved. G Kishan Reddy is now the president of the state BJP unit, while Itala Rajender shall helm the state election committee as its chairperson. Now that leaves Bandi Sanjay, the erstwhile president of the BJP. And sources tell us that he shall also now get a new kind of a position and perhaps move to Delhi to be part of the cabinet. The crisis is of course resolved, but there are some questions which need to be answered. First, why was Kishan Reddy transferred from the centre to the state? In a way, is it also an elevation for Bandi Sanjay because he is going from the state to the centre? Has Itala Rajender been accommodated very smartly after all the heartburn and all this, of course, you are right, for the impending elections in Telangana? Now the issue is resolved, like I say, but what about the fissures? That's the letter, by the way, the latest letter on the appointment of G Kishan Reddy garu as the chief of Telangana BJP. So like I was saying, the issue is resolved, but what about the fissures? You know, what about all the schisms, a war which was actually fought in full public glare? The man who had a near meltdown was Raghunandan Rao, the MLA from Dubak, said to be actually close to Itala Rajender, who came out and said the following things which you are going to now view on your screen. But before that, let me add a rider that he has also now retracted his statements, and of course it is his prerogative, but he did speak out and said the following here. He said, Bandi Sanjay spent 100 crores of party's money for advertisements during the Manugod by-election. When I contested the Dubak by-elections, I received nothing. That is number one that Raghunandan said. Number two, I want to be appointed as state unit president, party floor leader in the assembly, or the national spokesperson in recognition of my services for the party for the last 10 years. Then he said, everyone will see how the BJP will be in the next 2 months. Look at it. It goes on and on. Union Minister, Home Minister Amit Shah did not campaign in Dubak during the by-elections. Nobody helped. BJP MLA Itala Rajender joined the party only after the party won the elections in Dubaka. That's what Raghunandan said. 4. Party won't get votes with photographs of Telangana in charges Tarun Chugh and Sunil Bansal. It will only get votes with the photographs of himself, that is Raghunandan himself, and Itala Rajender. So this happened in public glare. And then of course he said, no, everything is hunky-dory, and of course the issue has been resolved. G Kishan Reddy is now the chief of Telangana BJP. That's what we are talking about here. Lakshmi, thank you so much. G Kishan Reddy has replaced Bandi Sanjay garu. But you know what? Let us also focus on the three main characters who were in the middle of the Telangana BJP crisis. Bandi Sanjay, up first, you know, he is the man, he is Member of Parliament Karimnagar and currently BJP President. He was, just a few hours ago, and that is his biopic, a thumbnail as it were, on who is Bandi Sanjay. And remember, his Praja Sangrama Yatras were very, very important. They created the groundswell for the BJP. Of course, he's been accused of unilateral decisions by the Itala group. Itala Rajender said that everything he does on his own, never kind of, discusses any problem with us. G Kishan Reddy, who was the Union Minister for Tourism and Development, is now, of course, the head of the BJP. He is, of course, the BJP face for Secunderabad. He has replaced Bandi Sanjay, like I said, as Telangana BJP president, and he is known to be an organizational man. On your screens right now, he knows how to really work the cadres of the party. He seemed to be acceptable to all in the party. That's G Kishan Reddy, of course, has PM's ear as well, supposed to be close to the Delhi dispensation, particularly Prime Minister Modi, and this is very important. Served as party president in United Andhra Pradesh 2010 to 2014, and then 2014 to 16 in Telangana as party president. And of course, next is Itala Rajender, the man who's now going to helm as the chief of the election campaign committee, and he's been appointed, of course, as the chairperson, and his former minister was a former health minister in TRS, actually BRS, which was then called TRS. He won Hazurabad, defeating the then TRS candidate. He reportedly rebelled against Bandi Sanjay for taking independent decision. So I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I have now told you the lay of the land, as it were. So this is a fight which is born mainly out of BJP's defeat in Karnataka. Because they were vanquished in Karnataka, therefore they are seeing to it that they put their house in order in Telangana before they go for elections. And please, there are personal egos involved in this. Period. That's what it is. Let me also add that even as the dust has settled the fight in Telangana BJP, this is not the end in what is called the most disciplined party. The thing is, before we play out one bite for you, the thing is that if you're going for elections, will you go for elections when the house is so divided? We'll discuss that. Meanwhile, listen to what Bandi Sanjay has to say.
Telangana రాష్ట్రంలో ముఖ్యమంత్రి ఆయనే, కొడుకు మంత్రి, బిడ్డ ఎమ్మెల్సీ, అల్లుడు మంత్రి, వియ్యంగుని కొడుకు రాజ్యసభ. ఇంకొన్నారు ఫ్యామిలీ ప్యాకేజ్ లెక్క అయిపోయింది తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో. క్యాబినెట్ మొత్తం ముఖ్యమైన డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ అన్ని కూడా, ముఖ్యమైన శాఖలను కూడా ఆయన కుటుంబంలోనే. ఇటువంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో ఈ కుటుంబ పాలన వాళ్ళని ప్రజలు కోరుకుంటున్నారు. నయా నిజాం పాలన ఇవాళ తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో ఉంది కాబట్టి దానికి వ్యతిరేకంగా పోరాడాల్సిన పార్టీ ఒకటి ప్రజలు కావాలనుకుంటున్నారు. అలా బెంగాల్ తరహా పాలన కొనసాగించాలని చెప్పి రాష్ట్ర ముఖ్యమంత్రి ప్లాన్ చేస్తున్నాడు.
That was, of course, an old bite of Bandi Sanjay, at a time when he was helming the affairs in BJP in Telangana. Let me now go to the guest, Karuna Gopal, who is a BJP leader of Telangana, A. Sai Shekhar, senior journalist, and Nagesh Kumar, who is also a senior journalist. A very, very welcome to all of you. Good to see you. So tell me, Karuna Gopal, the dust has actually settled, as it were. It's now... the verdict is out in the Mahabharatam, and I'm saying that because there is also Krishna and there is also Sanjay, just a joke. It's all ticket. So I'm saying now the dust has settled, but the question is that it took a lot of public kind of spectacle. Would you agree, Karuna Gopal? Which is unheard of. I've been a journalist for decades. I've never seen the BJP wars being fought in public.
Yes. But you would also agree with me when I say that when you have new blood coming in from other parties, that is really expected. These things are expected. And the national leadership, if you see, has a very strategic way of understanding things. For instance, when there is a change in the leadership, a common man or perhaps even the media might believe that it's because of a lot of infighting or competition, or these are the things perhaps the world believes there is. But being a party person and having seen the leadership in action, I can tell you one thing: whenever the elections are around the corner, my party has this ability to recast, revisit assumptions, recast the team, all based on certain things that they do in a very, as I said, a strategic way. For instance, they will see the party through the lens of the cadre. They will use the lens of the electorate. They will also use the lens of the competitors. Then they will decide on which team could perhaps work best. And this is what they have done now. So these are the changes, not just in Telangana, but you have seen in Andhra Pradesh and Punjab, etc. Yeah. So this is a usual practice for my party. And they do a very strategic exercise. As you know, all of the seniors huddled in Delhi and had long hours.
Yeah, but Karuna, I do understand that. I know that every party, and BJP particularly, is very smart when it comes to how to go face elections. But you can't deny, look at Raghunandan. The kind of things he first said. He also blamed Mr. Nadda and Mr. Amit Shah. You know, I did put it up on the graphics because I thought I will speak to a very sane BJP voice. And today I was very particular. I said, get someone who will not scream and shout, but will actually be very, very rational about the entire thing. What is this? He came out. Then he said, no, you know, it was an informal chat, whatever. You know, once you say things, then it's in the public sphere, no, Karuna? I mean, look at it. It was unheard of. You are saying new blood. But those new blood are not babies, no. They have done their politics in other parties and come to the Telangana BJP.
Right. So Raghunandan Rao is new blood in the sense he is also new blood, 10 years old blood, you can say. So he came to the party because he was, cut up with the earlier party. He did good work. And so maybe there was a time he felt that certain things are not working his way. I mean, it is only common, right, in a political party. Look at any kind of a company. You do one strategic exercise, try to get everybody into the same room, onto the same page. It's really impossible. So maybe he harbored certain expectations, and he was vocal even before he became the spokesperson. He was very vocal about what he wanted, and he said, I'm a lawyer, I'm a trained lawyer, I need to be there, I deserve to be there. And this is his style. You know, I mean, if you look at the number of interviews he's given, I don't think any other party person has given that many interviews. So it's his style of working, and it's his style of sharing something. So I would say that it's
but yeah, corporate companies, one sees this, but not in, family-run corporate organizations. Maybe it is common, but it is not common in a professional conglomerate where I work. You know, it is unacceptable. Particularly, I am telling you, BJP. No one does these public spectacles. You are supposed to be very, very cautious. You are a cadre-based party, very, very disciplined, supposed to be. You do not cross the line. Let me come back to you, Karuna. A. Sai Shekhar, senior journalist, and of course, Nagesh Kumar, both are with us. Sai, hi, good to see you. And Sai, tell me something, that all this is fine. Now the problems have been solved in a way, you know, that Kishan Reddy has been made the BJP chief, and Bandi may go to the center, and of course, you know, Itala is now part of the campaign committee. But I want to ask you, you know, everyone is asking here in Delhi that why was Kishan Reddy brought from the center to the state? I mean, it seems like it is a kind of a demotion for him. Also, Bandi Sanjay, it's as if for all the, Praja Sangrama, Padayatra that he did, everything he did, he was working very hard for the BJP. It was in the narrative, good, bad, ugly, I'm not, but Dubak, Huzurabad, I'll come to Ital also. But the point is, he is being sent to the cabinet. Don't you think it is all a compromise, basically?
Compromise as in?
It is all a kind of a salvaging operation. I mean, the thing is that, yes, they have a right that before the elections, they should strengthen the team, they should see who's doing it. But Bandi Sanjay was known to be someone who has a handle over everything in the BJP. How do you read this, Sai Shekhar?
So you said salvaging, which means they sank somewhere. They were actually giving a run for the money for the BRS, or at least they thought so. Until the Karnataka elections were over, and after the Karnataka elections, their chips are down, and they are not in a position to fight a mighty KCR in Telangana. This is a serious challenge, and then internal dissensions, as Karuna Gopal was referring to the new entrants. I would call them imported candidates, because except Raja Singh, the other two MLAs of the BJP in Telangana Assembly are imported directly from the TRS in different times. So they naturally have, and in fact, Rajendra has come from an extreme left background, and from there he went to TRS, and from there he moved on to the BJP, and maybe tomorrow we don't know where he would go. But then, the party has sunken somewhere, and that is what you also meant. They want to salvage. But then Bandi Sanjay, his absence in the Telangana presidency, I don't say the absence in Telangana politics, but Telangana presidency of the BJP will take away a lot of fun from the political theatre in Telangana, because of his inarticulation, because of his funny pronunciation of things. He used to make people laugh, but then that fun element would be missing. And Kishan Reddy, that way, he has experience and is a senior man. But I don't think it's a demotion in any which way. They want to endow him with the responsibility of winning the party in the upcoming elections in Telangana. But I doubt whether BJP can make any inroads in that sense. That and Raghunandan Rao and Itala Rajendra and Komatreddy Rajgopal Reddy. Just now I was listening. Some hearsay information is suggesting that Komatreddy Rajgopal Reddy is just now met Panguleti Srinivas Reddy, who joined the Congress the day before. And Komatreddy's moorings are in the Congress. So BJP is utterly in a disarray and in a disturbed situation as of now, and the problems are not solved. The problems have begun. And now, whatever mess that has been caused in the last few months will have to be cleared by Kishan Reddy, which I don't think is possible in the next 4 or 5 months when the state is going to vote.
Okay. Nagesh Kumar, the thing is that before all this settled, you and I have been on this show many times, the show which focuses on South India only, and we've spoken about this many times. The thing is that the groupism now, Itala and Raghunandan on one side, then there is another group, accused. Just now what Sai said, of course, as a journalist, he said these are imported immigrants. Itala saying that, how can these people function better? Bandi Sanjay takes all the decisions unilaterally. But, the thing is that there is a mess, and I'm not talking from the point of view of whether they will win or lose elections. That's another conversation. But don't you think it's a very messy affair? And somewhere do you think that it's going to hurt them in a big fashion by shifting Bandi from here to the center, Nagesh Kumar?
You see, first of all, the Congress culture has crept into the BJP. What is the Congress culture? Whatever statements you make it to the press or make it on the streets. So the BJP was known to be quite discreet in what its leaders said. But Raghunandan Rao is not a person who will, hold his statements back. He is a person who will go out all guns blazing, whether it's a TV discussion or whether it's a party forum or whether it's a press conference. And moreover, he is a lawyer by profession. So it's very difficult to, sort of score any points against him. So in the course of this, he has not spared even his party president, Amit Shah, state party president and all that. And to say that, he was unfairly quoted, not misquoted, he did not say misquoted, but he says that what he said was off the record, which is true in the sense that he spoke to the media, the Telangana media in Delhi, and it was a sort of a chit chat. But media is supposed to report it, and they have reported it. Now, you see what the BJP will miss is the aggression of Bandi Sanjay and his sharp tongue that they will miss. Bandi Sanjay also never held back anything when it came to criticizing the criticizing KCR and his family. But Kishan Reddy belongs to a different brand altogether. Kishan Reddy believes in a bit of sobriety and all that, which is a rare quality nowadays. But he brings to the table a certain amount of experience. And you have shown in the graphics what he was earlier. He was the party president earlier. So, and now he has got administrative experience. He will be Minister of State for Home.
Yeah. So you are saying you're saying that the sharp tongue and quick repartee of Bandi will be missed. But on the other hand, Kishan Reddy seems to be efficient also to take on the mantle, is it, Nagesh Kumar?
Yes. I think he has had experience with the party organization. For a long time, he was the Hyderabad city president, then he became the state president, then Telangana president. So that way he has got a connect with everyone. And,
right.
As far as when it comes to taking on the on Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, he has been coming up with facts
All
and
right.
figures instead of simple abuses
All
like Bandi Sanjay. Bandi Sanjay was just criticizing him for the sake of criticism, but
Right, right.
being in government, he was coming up with facts.
Right. You know, I want the viewers, I'm going to request the producers to put that visual up where Prime Minister Modi is actually patting Bandi Sanjay on his back, giving him a pat and appreciating him. There you see it. You see very clearly that Bandi Sanjay, there you have it. It's like, you know, he had Modi, you know, Bandi Sanjay somehow had Modi's ear. He's laughing away the Prime Minister again. There you go. It is almost saying like Kamal hai, you know, it's like saying, but today you see how fortunes change. Now this man has been removed as BJP state president and is of course going to Delhi. We still do not know, unlike maybe one knows but one will not say it. Karuna Gopal, let me come to you. Karuna Gopal, what was it that made the party change midstream? I'm saying midstream because the elections are very, very close. All these changes are of course organizational changes are only to see that the elections are fought well, particularly after Karnataka as it were. You know, this kind of allegation that Bandi Sanjay takes unilateral decisions, then newcomers, migrant versus old timers, I find it very funny. I mean, migrants, for God's sake, no. But you know, that's what political parties are saying. So, you know, what was the need? How would you put it? Why Kishan Reddy now at the helm of affairs in Telangana? And how come Bandi, who was really liked, was popular, was doing his job very well apparently, has now been shifted?
See, Sudhaji, I want to just explain something. When you asked the question to Mr. Shekhar about whether Bandi Sanjay has been, removed and maybe Kishan Reddy has been demoted. Okay. Now, I would like to just tell that none of these two actually apply to these two individuals in my party today. For the simple reason that when Kishan Reddy is coming here, he is actually going to handle a serious responsibility. And if you remember, in 2019, when JP Nadda ji was the Union Health Minister, he was shifted from Health Minister and made the president of the party. Okay, so it is not any demotion, it is just a reshuffling based on the necessities that present at that point in time.
All right.
So even today, for instance, when Bandi Sanjay ji is being moved out, maybe he is getting elevated, which is a good thing. But understand one thing, he has done what no one could do. He aggregated a bunch of supporters. He did his Padayatra brilliantly. Then he created a good ecosystem, the cadre following, everything. So he has done his bit perhaps. Now today the readiness is there. Now maybe the party felt it is important to have someone like Kishan Reddy who comes with, as our other panelist was saying, more sobriety, more propriety, etc. To appeal to the other section of society that is also waiting to see, a party that has a good combination of, the rural community that Sanjay ji has been able to aggregate and pull together. Then maybe Kishan Reddy ji will, with his past experience, maybe will be able to pull a few others.
Yeah, Karuna, I'm sorry to interject, Karuna.
I'm just saying.
Karuna, does that mean that Bandi Sanjay did not have all those qualities? You see, any change, no, if I am removed from being an anchor and said you take up a desk job, I would like my boss to give me the reason. Do I look bad? Was I bad on screen? So adjustments and all is fine. I will ultimately keep the job.
Has changed. No, maybe situation has changed. Maybe your audience has changed.
Why has the situation changed, Karuna? Is it because of Karnataka results?
No. See, yeah, why not? So what is the problem?
Nothing.
It is the
That's what I'm asking you, Karuna ji.
What I'm saying, we don't have to speculate, is what I'm saying. I'm saying that the party, sitting at the helm of affairs, my seniors understand what is required, and then they will honor and respect the contribution of everyone. For
Right.
instance,
Okay.
everyone.
Yeah.
You see, for instance, when Lakshmanji was the president, okay, then he was brought into the Rajya Sabha. Now he's sitting on the highest
Right.
parliamentary board.
Right.
So everyone will be rewarded for the efforts they
All
put
right.
in. Sanjay ji also will be rewarded.
Right.
And in a way, Kishan ji is being rewarded today for steering the
I
party.
wonder if we South Indians, all said and done, are extremely sharp. You, me, all the panelists. This is a show based on, for, only, also for South Indians. And I think that we can't look at a problem like, let's make adjustments. Politics is not about adjustments. Politics is about power. Politics is about staying ahead.
This is to get power.
Karuna, I have seen your journey also. It's a wonderful journey. No one comes, it's not a hobby. For you, it's an obsession to be there, Sai Shekhar, senior journalist, let me come to you. Sai Shekhar, do you think that it is very clear now after what Karuna said? My takeaway is that this whole Bandi Sanjay focused a lot on Hindutva only, spoke about Nizam ki sarkar ye karte hain, Mughal hain. I've heard him, this goddess, versus Char Minar, all that happened. Somehow I feel the BJP is now saying, enough. Let's have some kind of a decent person who brings sobriety. Thanks, Nagesh, for giving all of us that word for decency to helm the affair. So in a way, it is also a rap on the knuckles of Bandi Sanjay. Why are we mincing words, Sai Shekhar? You never do.
I agree with this actually. The idea of snubbing Bandi Sanjay, because Bandi Sanjay spoke very irrationally on many an occasion. For instance, during GHMC elections, he was talking about conducting surgical strikes in old city. What does it mean, and what kind of a responsibility? With what kind of a responsibility he's talking to the people in a public meeting in his capacity as the president of a political party that is at the helm of affairs in this country. And BJP actually, they take a lot of pride in conducting those surgical strikes in Balakot. And Bandi Sanjay wants to repeat them in Hyderabad, where when so many people of this nation are living in this city, he wants to have surgical strikes conducted. And he spoke several incoherent things. And the recent fiasco regarding the question paper leak, where he was arrested.
Yes.
The BJP lost its face on these issues on not just one. Bandi Sanjay was a rabble rouser. He could mobilize to some extent people and make them rally behind the BJP. But then, one second, Sudha. But after getting all that, he proved to be an early burnout.
Right. I was not speaking. Actually, it's a rally. It was the noise, of a rally.
Oh, okay.
That's all right, Sai. That's okay. And Nagesh Kumar, let me come to you. These changes have been made according to Karuna Gopal. What's wrong in it? Every party has a right. On the other hand, Sai Shekhar actually dissects it and sees it through a lens and says he agreed with me, and he said it is in a way telling Bandi Sanjay, take it easy, buddy. You are going to Delhi now. You will do something. In a way, they are rewarding him, but I don't think it's a reward. It's actually, I will keep saying it, it's a demotion. If I am in Telangana and I am, kind of steering my own people, that is much better than sitting in Delhi. Now, someone can turn around and say, look at Tamil Nadu, the same thing happened. They sent L. Murugan as MOS, Information and Broadcasting, to Delhi, and Annamalai became the head of BJP chief. There are examples. But Nagesh Kumar, tell me something. Will this change at this juncture so far as Telangana is concerned? Because let me tell you, Bandi Sanjay could have been a rabble rouser, some people feel. You say that he evoked a lot of laughter, fine. But he did put BJP right on top of the narrative. This was a state where the BJP was a blip, but there was a time when the Congress was nowhere. Now that it's different. but BJP narrative is somehow created. Do you think this is going to really kind of help the BJP now with this switch which has happened?
No, you see, you have to give Bandi Sanjay his due in spite of what all of us have said, in the sense that it was under his stewardship that the party has won the by-elections in Dubak and Huzurabad and the GHMC elections. But there is a huge problem here, to the question that you asked. Bandi Sanjay will not be happy to go to the center, in spite of getting a berth in the central cabinet. And Kishan Reddy, won't be happy being the party president here. The reason being that he, apart from holding the portfolio of tourism, he is also in charge of the northeastern states, the 7 states in the northeast.
True.
So, though he may look unimportant because of tourism, he has got his own weight in the ministry. So now, instead of one unhappy soul, you have created 2 unhappy souls. And
True.
Kishan Reddy does not have that kind of aggression.
Right.
But madam, now if you look at the larger picture, I see that this is part of what I would call a Kamaraj plan. In the sense that I expect more changes to be done in the coming week, in the sense that there is going to be a cabinet reshuffle, which we are all talking about. And the Telangana, which has got 1 minister now, is going to get 2 ministers, whether it is Bandi Sanjay and Kishan Reddy, or we have got 2 other MPs, Arvind and the other person from Adilabad. Then apart from that, there has to be a big shake-up in Uttar Pradesh.
No, Nagesh, let's also focus on whether the caste was a factor here. A lot of people are asking me on WhatsApp, was the caste also a factor here so far as Kishan Reddy is concerned and Bandi Sanjay?
Of course it was. There is absolutely no doubt. See, as far as the ruling party here is concerned, the TRS, the Velama community, which is ruling the state now, is backed by the Reddy community. Normally, I hate to discuss the caste, but since the subject has come up, it is backed very strongly by the Reddy community, which is the land holding community in this region. So, to counter them, you needed a Reddy. But the party chose Mr. Bandi Sanjay, who belonged to the backward class.
Yes.
So the backward class has given way to even in Andhra, they have gone in for caste as a major consideration for selecting Purandeshwari as the party president in place of Choma Veeraraju. But that's a different story.
Yeah. Karuna, I want to come to you, Karuna, and I want to ask you something about this entire shift which you say is the prerogative of any party. Of course it is. But I'm going to ask you that, let's focus on Itala Rajender, who came from TRS turned BRS, health minister, major role so far as Huzurabad was concerned, turned the tide. He was, feeling very, very suffocated. He was feeling very, very isolated. So therefore, one also sees that making him the chairperson of the election campaign committee is in a way trying to appease him. There is no doubt about his political acumen, but he is, like you say, new blood.
Okay, so I wouldn't look at it as appeasement. I would look at it again as strategy, because he comes from the Mudiraj, sect, and we do have substantial percentage of Mudiraj sect in Telangana. So he will be useful. He will be very useful as the election committee chairperson. Certainly. So this is again a strategy, not at all to appease him, number one. The other thing is, Mr. Shekhar was talking about Bandi Sanjay ji in a very disparaging way. I would like to counter that. If somebody speaks like a clown or using bad language. No one can beat either KCR or his family. So the other thing is when Sanjay ji said, let's have a surgical strike, I'm sure as a senior journalist, I'm surprised that he missed why he said it. He may have used the word, but the old city is full of sleeper cells. The old city is full of Rohingyas that have been given, the Rohingyas have been legalized by the BRS party. They gave them, Aadhaar cards, etc. And obviously that was a time when things were very, very volatile, and he had to say it, and he said it. I'm surprised how, as a senior journalist, he missed it and just.
Sai, would you like to retort to what Karuna Gopal just now said? She said that how can you say such a thing? But you know what? As another journalist, let me tell you, it is because of things like this that the Congress sees a resurgence. This surgical.
I would like to say, Sudha, I want to tell you, surgical strikes by definition are not conducted within the country. One should have that sense. It's a very responsible
but they don't
act
consider those who stay in the old city as part of this country, Sai Shekhar.
Yeah, so surgical strikes cannot be conducted in any territory of India. They should be conducted only outside the territory of India, legal territory of India. So if some leader who's a political party which is representing the nation, which is heading the nation, he comes out onto the streets and talks about surgical strikes. And in another YouTube interview, he says that his father was a teacher and he belongs to, he worked in the irrigation department, his father. And what is that? So many incoherences and irresponsibility. And also, I have never said that he is clown, but then he used to make people laugh. And he made the BJP, which is an organized setup.
No one makes people laugh as much as KCR.
A spectacle. BJP has become a spectacle in front of everyone.
Right. So you see, the thing is that.
Unfortunate situation.
Yeah. So this whole thing about.
Make people laugh. Like
so
anything.
KCR Garu versus Bandi Sanjay, but today we are talking about Bandi Sanjay, under whom I feel the carpet has been pulled. And it is maybe because of this reason, and after Karnataka, maybe the BJP has realized that just by doing all these statements of surgical strike, this temple, that temple, old city, Nizam ki aulad, all this, they don't need it. They need a new narrative where they will speak to the educated, the urban, and maybe those who are the enlightened people of Telangana. I think that is what has happened. Kishan Reddy has been brought in to say, correct the situation, but I somehow feel that the situation may be corrected by Kishan Reddy, but for him also, it is a bit of a blow. Who's the joker in the pack? Itala Rajendra. We'll have to see how this all pans out, but a divided house doesn't do as well to kind of fight an election as a united house does. It's been proven time and time again. But thank you so much for your time. Your fashion with no one screaming and shouting at each other. And so far as all the other news and analysis is concerned, this is your destination. Keep watching News9 Live.
China won't let us rest easy on our borders, but they will keep flooding our markets. What does Xi Jinping really want?
I think he wants the Indian market, no doubt about it. It's really a matter of showing their dominance.
India's great Chinese conundrum.